Hey everyone, it's Laura from OurWoollyHouse.com, and today I just want to have a little discussion about essential oils for kids. This is a question that I get asked a lot about how you dilute oils for kids, and is it safe to use them on kids? What oils can you diffuse around kids? How do you apply them to kids? Can kids take them internally? These are questions that I get all the time, so I thought it would be a good idea just to kind of compile all of these answers into a video that I could share for you. First off, using essential oils for kids, the first thing that I'm going to tell you, and the most important thing, is to know what essential oils you're using, that you trust the brand that you're using, that you know exactly where your oils are sourced from, and if they're organic, because not all essential oils are created equal. Now, if you've been around my channel long, you already know where I'm going with this, and so you might want to just fast forward for a few seconds here. But essential oils are not regulated by the FDA, and so it's really important to have a brand of oils that you can trust, because sometimes essential oils can say that it's pure lavender essential oil, and it might not actually be lavender in that bottle. And so for me, I found that doTERRA essential oils were the purest essential oils that I could find, and I really like the testing that they all go through. Each bottle goes through rigorous testing, and it's all done through a third-party independent lab. And me as a customer, I can see the test results to each individual oil bottle. So that's really important to me, and I also really like that they source their oils from the area that the oils grow from. That makes them more pure, more potent, and also more effective. So that little spiel, first off, make sure you're using oils that are actually what they say they are. Now, if you guys are using pure essential oils and you've done your research and you found an oil that you trust, then I go ahead and say that you can use whatever essential oils you're going to use on yourself as an adult, on your kids, as long as it is diluted properly. So some essential oils like oregano, cinnamon, clove, cassia, those are hotter oils, and those ones aren't even ones an adult would want to put on topically without being diluted. But for a child, you're going to want to even dilute those further. So diluting essential oils when you're using them on kids is very important, because essential oils are so powerful that you never want to put an essential oil on a child before you dilute it. So I always suggest in a roller bottle this size, which this is a 10 ml roller bottle, anywhere from 1 to 10 drops of oil in here, depending on the age of the child, and then the rest of it's going to be a fractionated coconut oil. So for a baby, you're gonna only need 1 to 3 drops of your essential oil, and for maybe a toddler to age 5 or 6, 5 drops is going to be enough. And if you're going up from there, up to about 13, 6 to 13, somewhere in there, about 10 drops of oil is all you're gonna need, and then you dilute it with a carrier oil. So roller bottles are my favorite way to apply essential oils to my kids, because I don't know about you, but my kids are very wiggly, and I'm not going to be able to go around and like get oils on them, or get some fractionated coconut oil and get it on them. It's just easier to have the roller bottle ready to go, and they can actually even do this themselves because it's easy to apply, so they can just roll it onto their skin. If I tell them to put onto the bottoms of their feet or wherever, they can do this themselves, which they love to do. So I do use essential oils topically on my kids, and I also use them aromatically through a diffuser with my kids. I do not suggest any internal use with essential oils under the age of 13, just for safety, but in my personal with my kids, I have given them essential oils internally. I would never recommend it, just because I don't know your situation and you want to talk with your doctor first. If my child is experiencing an ailment that would require some outside care, I try to think about the different pros and cons to the different ways that I could help them to feel their best. And so sometimes I choose to use essential oils. Now, of course, I dilute them, or I don't even use a full drop. I use the toothpick drop, which means I put a toothpick in the essential oil, swirl it around, and I might swirl that into some honey just to get them a little bit of the oil, because one drop could be a little too much. So that is a way that I have done internal use whenever I think it is appropriate for my children. So take that with what you want, use your mommy instinct, talk with your doctor, and decide what you think is best for using essential oils on your kids. Now for topical use, I have shared here on the YouTube channel my 6 favorite roller bottles for my kids. Now all of these are designed for little ones. They are diluted for little ones. And so if you want to check that out, I'll link that up in the cards here. And I've also shared my favorite diffuser blend recipes for kids. So I think using diffusers in your kids' bedrooms at nighttime is really effective for helping them to sleep better. It's also really good to use some oils in the morning if you need to help them get awake, or maybe some oils when they come home from school to help them to concentrate on their homework. So I have blends for all of these things, and I think using oils aromatically can be very helpful for this. Whenever you are using essential oils on your kids, the best place to apply them topically would be onto the bottoms of their feet. Now, the reason why I put essential oils onto the bottoms of their feet, well, actually I have a couple reasons. First off, because that skin is less sensitive than other parts of their body. And 2, I don't know if you're familiar with the reflexology of the body, but there are scientific evidence that show that different parts of your foot and your hands can help support your body by where you put it onto the foot. For example, putting essential oils onto the big toe is going to help with respiratory issues. And so applying it onto the feet is going to help support the body. So putting on your feet is a great place to apply oils, especially for kids, because if you have little ones that put their hands in their mouth, or maybe they might rub onto their face, we don't want to risk getting essential oils into their eyes or even into their mouths. And so putting it into an area where they can't touch it is a better option. If you have little ones like 6-month-old babies that like to chew on their toes and they still can maybe get the oil from their feet into their eyes, you can also roll it down the back of their spine. That's another great place to apply essential oils. It's a great place to put them to support their bodies. And again, it is a good place to keep it out of reach so we're not spreading essential oils into our eyes. So when applying essential oils to your kids, you want to make sure that you avoid getting them in their ears or in their eyes. Now, if your child is having some discomfort of their ear, you can use essential oils around the outside of their ear and down their neck bone, but we never suggest putting essential oils into their ears. Whenever you are diffusing essential oils, for a diffuser this size, I like to just do about 3 to 6 drops of essential oil. So if you're keeping a diffuser in your child's bedroom, you can do about that amount. If you have a diffuser going in a larger room in your home, you can add more essential oils in. If you like a stronger scent, that's really up to you of how many drops you can add in there. You can always add less, and then if you need to, you can add more later on. My favorite reason of why I like to use essential oils so much on my kids is because whenever I'm using oils on them, I like the idea that I'm not having any side effects. So if I am not exactly sure what's going on, I just have a cranky baby and he's crying and he can't really tell me what's going on, I don't want to just start throwing different things at him. But with essential oils, they're going to support his body and they're not going to have any bad side effects for him. And so I feel okay just start to apply a couple things onto maybe the bottom of his feet or down his spine until I can figure out exactly what oil is going to support him the best. And another great thing about essential oils is that you don't build up a resistance to them. So as you use them, your body doesn't have a resistance. They'll still continue to work properly even after you've used them for a while. So if you have any more questions about using essential oils for kids, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to answer them. I do have an ebook where I talk all about using essential oils for kids. I'll link that down in the description below. And I also have an online class where I talk about the best essential oils to start with if you're ready to get them into your home and start incorporating some more natural remedies. And if this is your first time by my channel, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. I get out new videos every week on essential oil education, healthy recipes, and natural remedies. Thank you so much for stopping by our oily house.